let's talk about, I think, our final topic, guys. So how to leverage SaaS renewals with partners to drive upsell and cross-sell. And again, this is, it's something we've talked about through different elements of what we discussed previously. But again, we're going to probably focus on it a little bit more directly. How you're going to make that SaaS renewal process positive, how we're going to make it frictionless, how we're going to make it rewarding, how we're going to make it acceptable and palatable to the partner in terms of how they're working with us, and make sure that you're primed to maximize your upsell and cross-sell opportunities. And ultimately, what's our end goal? Our end goal is to be that go-to partner or that go-to vendor. So, with that in mind, Stuart, would you like to start us off, please?
Yeah, sure. So point of renewal is traditionally a great time to secure upsell or cross-sell. And importantly, it provides a compelling event as well, which is one of the key factors for any salesman, especially if you include the renewal as part of the package. Again, this is all about alignment and understanding the KPIs. Your KPIs on renewal and your KPIs on upsell. So it could be that there's a simple waiving of the renewal increase if additional licenses are purchased through right the way through to a one-time upsell deal, which moves the customer maybe from on-premise to cloud, and where the net result is just a small increase in their total ARR. And as part of the renewals business, you play your part in that, and it may be that you're taking a small hit for the greater good, and obviously to increase revenue overall in the business. The key, as I say, the key again is to be aligned. If you're prepared to let a renewal slip without a penalty to secure an upsell or a cross-sell maybe, and the answer on that may depend on the value of it and how key that customer is to the business. But either way, knowing that upfront in terms of both the vendor and the partner will avoid additional delay during the close period if they end up having to come back asking for approvals, to move renewals or to have a discount, etc. As I say, again, it's a KPI, settle it up front so the partner goes in knowing what they're able to do, knowing where their boundaries are, and what they can do to make the best deal.
Excellent. Thank you, Stuart. Edmund, what would you like to add to that?
Yeah, so I agree 100% with what Stuart was saying. I also think that as a vendor, we need to make it attractive and profitable for our partners to do the upsells. We offer a SaaS rebate program. So the more SaaS that they close on the renewal basis, there's actually rebates for our partners. So, there's incentive for them to do it. So, you put the carrot out there. And I think that everyone who's in a sales position, right, if they have the motivation and they know where they need to go, they'll go get it. Right? So I think that's important. Let's make our partners successful out there. It's not just the vendors, but we need to make our partners successful. So that's one thing we need to do. And then I go back to customer success. We need to be able to not just upsell at renewal time, but once we do the sale, we need to do the adoption and the expansion right after the sale. We need to be in touch with our customers, be listening to them along the way, and understanding what their business outcomes. And if we're doing that along the way, the upsell and the renewal should come almost naturally, and it shouldn't be something we're trying to pull at the very end. So that's where we should be getting our upsells and expansions.
Yeah, very, very true. And Maciej, what's your thought to complement what the gentleman has said so far?
Yeah, I think empowering partners with multiple data points on a given customer is definitely should be the basis of any upsell or cross-sell. But also the education piece, the same playbooks that your direct sales team has in terms of, customer in this vertical at this point of their journey, they're typically looking at these and these solutions as an addition to what they have already. Let's share those with the partners. Let's make them successful. Let's show them how it's done. How does the vendor does it in terms of best practice, and share that with the partners as well. Let them be successful, I suppose, like both Edmund and Stuart said. It's just reinforcing the message here, but empower them with those multiple data points. The partner should know what the adoption is today. They can't be going in and trying to upsell a customer with another 1,000 license where 500 licenses have not yet been activated from the previous order, right? So be proactive and make sure that those data points are available to partners as well.
Great. So summing up, you know, that fantastic term KYC, know your customer, know what they've got, know how they're using it, know why they're using it. You know, the power of renewal, as Stuart alluded to, is use it as a negotiation tool to help and to show that, you know, there is a win-win in these situations. And I think Edmund talked about the terms of engagement, the incentivization, that continuous engagement to make sure people realize that, you know, their relationship with you as regards SaaS renewals and what it means to growing and upselling is not something that just happens on the last 3 days of the quarter. You can use that as a continuous process through that whole point. And to Maciej's point, it's capturing data points along the way and using them to ensure that you build that trust and you continually provide your partner with as much information as they can about the business that they're going to try and close and upsell going forward, so that they're not surprises. You know, surprises are bad news. So the whole thing here is about data points and making sure, therefore, that the experience is seamless. So, guys, you know, those are all really good points, and you've raised some real good bullet points here from what you've discussed, which you know, really have added some great value to the story that we've discussed today. Before we move to the panel Q&A, Brenda, we can either do the poll now, because I would like the guys to actually provide their own one personal top tip or piece of advice regarding renewal best practice. So should we do the survey? Yes, we'll do the survey first. Okay.
Okay, so seeing as we were talking about incentivization, our last one is in relation to incentives. So what type of incentives do you offer partners to maximize SaaS renewals? And this is multiple choice, so do please tick any that apply. So would it be SPITs, or as Edmund said, rebates, possibly additional marketing credits, for example, increased MDF dollars, or of course, if you don't offer incentives to partners.